Hi, I'm Annette Latigue, and I am your coach here at I am Annette Latigue, and I'm your host here at Coaching You for You. Get a little tongue-tied sometimes. Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us tonight. It's a pleasure to be here with you. I first want to tell you that what doesn't apply, let it fly. And this is one of those times we want you to put all of our business in the streets. We want you to tell everybody about us. We want you to tell them that we are here on Wednesday nights at Coaching You for You, and it's all about self care wellness. I speak from my experience, strength, and hope. And again, what doesn't apply, please let it fly. Tonight, I want to talk to you a little bit about being yourself. And again, I'm speaking from my experience, strength, and hope, and the things that I've learned. And some of the things that I've learned are if I know myself, the good, the bad, the ugly, the indifferent, if I know myself, I am better in a position to accept and start exactly where I am. And sometimes maintaining that self can often lead to some challenges, but it's worth it. Before we get started, I'd like to shout out a few people. The first of which is ABC Delights, my in-laws, Adrian, Beverly, and Cindy, Dad's Delights, doing their thing in the catering business. Thank you for what you do. I'd like to shout out the Pan-Hellenic Council all over this country and encourage you to keep doing what you do. Community service matters. And then one of the things that I'm going to incorporate into Coaching You for You is two of my self-care routines that work for me. Every day, I exfoliate and moisturize my hands every day. And I use a coconut scrub, which I love. If you sell and or have a coconut exfoliating cream or sugar of some sort, hook me up. Let me try it out, and I'll hit you up here at Coaching You for You. I'd like to buy it and advertise it. So if you have it, I use it regularly on my hands. One of the things I tell everybody regularly is mind your business. Mind your business and moisturize your hands and feet on a regular basis and drink water, eat fruit, and be good to yourself. So exfoliating my hands is one of the things I do regularly and moisturizing because I have dry skin. And, it took me a long time to accept that, but this is all about acceptance tonight, who we are and what we do. The first thing I want to talk to you about is the languages we speak. I also exfoliate my lips and these cheeks on a regular basis. And that's because I suffer from eczema and I have dry skin. So I got a lot of stuff going on. But hey, it is what it is. This is me. We all speak two different languages, and those languages are from the heart, number one, and from the head. And when they are aligned, it's easy to make good decisions. When they're not, it'll depend on your mood, what you're thinking, who you're around, and what you're doing. So aligning your heart and your head matters. You ever see that meme where the heart, the head is holding hands with the heart and dragging it along like, come on, silly, let's go. And the heart is all battered and bruised. The heart and the head aren't aligned in that situation. And so you're going to find that if you can align your head and your heart to agree, you're going to be able to make some really, really good decisions. So we all speak two languages. One way to improve our quality of life, and this is what worked for me, was I had to get to know myself better. There were things that I was in denial about me. And the only person I can deal with and the person best qualified to work with and deal with me is me. And I had to learn some things. And one of the things I had to learn was to be honest about myself, to know who I was, where I had been, what I experienced and what I wanted to see in my future. And I had to do that realistically. I couldn't try to be a neuroscientist if that wasn't my field. And so often we get in trouble because we don't align our head and our heart properly. We think that because we're smart, we can do everything. Yeah, you can do a lot of things and you should have confidence in yourself. And in coming to know who I was, it built my self confidence. And side note here, when you have confidence, self confidence, not cockiness, but self confidence, and you know who you are, a lot of people won't like you. That's okay. Know who you are and be self confident anyway. Raise your awareness. What are your goals and how do you achieve them? You have to be realistic about that. Um, I was never one to play both sides of the fence. I'm either going to be on the right or the left, either or. I'm not going to be in the middle too much. That's not where I'm comfortable at. And I had to come to terms with that. And a lot of people don't like that either, and that's okay. I posted a meme today that says, I have sense enough to know that everybody doesn't like me. I hope they have sense enough to know I don't really care. I'm going to be the best person I can be for me. And I'm going to be decent and treat people decent because that's who I am. That's my character. My reputation might tell you different, but that's what others think of me. Who I really am is right here before you right now. I don't ride both sides of the fence. Another thing I don't do is I'm not that into fashion. I like style. If I like something, I like it. If I don't, I don't. I don't try to hide behind fashion. There's nothing I need to cover up. And I have flaws, and those flaws belong to me physically, but they're mine. They're who I am. I'm not adding to or taking away to make it appear that I have things I don't have. Hint, hint. So, number one, knowing who I am makes the difference and defines me from all the other 700.5 billion people on this earth. We're all snowflakes in more ways than one, but we're all snowflakes in that we're different. We really are different. And knowing that makes the difference and helps me be a better person day by day because I work on challenging and improving myself. I work on dealing with myself because this person, all of this person sitting here is who I can control. Can't control anybody else. My teenage daughters taught me that. I don't care how hard I try. They were who they were, and I love every ounce of them. And so, knowing who I am is what makes me different from other people. And it also makes me be able to see myself objectively, like who I am, who I really am. I have a temper. I can be impatient. I can be loving, caring, and kind. I'm balanced. I'm not moody. I'm not up and down. If I tell you I caught you, whether it's family, friend, or foe, I caught you. If I tell you I know, I know. My perception is real, just like yours. It exists. But knowing who I am helps me identify the strengths and the weaknesses in my life. It helps me identify, who and what I am and what I'm about. And I'm pretty consistent in that. And I'm grateful for that because the objectivity about me is knowing that I can trust myself. I can trust myself and I'm trustworthy. And I appreciate that about me. And so, what doesn't apply, let it fly. Be who you are, do what you do. But in everything you do, I make one commitment to you from my experience, strength, and hope that if you know yourself and you know who you are, there'll be times when you'll make mistakes and you'll slip and you'll do things that are unworthy of the person you know yourself to be. Turn it around. Everybody makes mistakes. Just turn it around, and be the best version of yourself that you can be. Because doing that and knowing who you are makes the difference in how you deal with yourself. And you got to deal with yourself first. And while we're talking about that quickly, I want to tell you, we can't love anybody else. We can't appreciate anybody else. We can't objectively be with anybody else until we know who we are. And so many of us try, and that's why marriages fail, friendships fail, relationships fail. There are things I just don't like. And I don't care how much I love and like you, it won't change. I don't like people who talk about other people in a negative way all the time. And that's the majority. Everybody gossips every now and then, self included. But I don't like the behavior of people who gossip about other people all the time. Listen, we talked about your inner child. That's your inner child showing up. That's your lack of confidence showing up, whether you accept it or reject it. And I don't care how much you push your chest out and say, I'm confident and I know this and I know that. When you sit around talking about other people all the time, you got some other things going on and you need to dig yourself and check yourself before you wreck yourself. Know who you are. The other thing is in knowing yourself, you discover your personality. You know, how do you feel when you meet strangers? Are you shy, withdrawn? Do you enjoy spending time with other people? You identify those things when you get to know yourself. When you don't, you kind of hang with the crowd and you do what the crowd does. I'm always going to be a little bit different, and I'm really, really comfortable with myself in that. And different doesn't mean better than, it just means I'm being myself. I know who I am. I don't need a crowd. I need a few good, loyal ones. And my mother always said, if you get 5 of them, you're going to be abundantly blessed because that's rare. And it's true. True and sincere friendship is rare. When you find it, treasure it. Know who you are. Be yourself. Uh, Figure out where you want to be and whose company you want to be. We always talk about life hacks, and one of the greatest life hacks I can share with you is that if you work on getting to know who you are, because I did, and it's a learning experience from the cradle to the grave. I don't like everything. That's my personality. That's who I am. I just want to be the best version of me that I can be. That's it for me. Because at the end of the day, after having become widowed and unknowingly getting involved with a psychopath, one of the things I found out was that if I'm good with me, I can be good with everything else. I can love you right. I can treat people decent who are not always the best people because I know who I am. You know, I don't tell secrets. If I started telling secrets, some folks would go to jail. I'm telling you, they would. They would go to jail. If I started telling some secrets, some of these self-acclaimed activists would go to jail. That's not what I do. I'm not a secret teller. In my own way and with good character, I'm a secret keeper. I believe in being honest. I believe in being forthright. I don't believe in perfection, and I'm absolutely amazing and I know it. But I don't have to be perfect to be amazing. I don't have to be a size 6. When I was in college, for some reason, I thought I was a size 6, but I wasn't. That's another story. I get distracted. Um, I can be the best version of me if I know who I am. And a lot of times you meet people and you say they change up so much that they don't know who they are. And it doesn't have anything to do with you or me. They just don't know who they are. People who feel like they always have to put other people in their places because they don't know their place. We're not responsible for other people. We're responsible for us and what we allow into our circle. And that matters because when you know who you are, you can trust yourself. And when you know who you are trustworthy because you can be honest about who you are. And that's another thing that's one of the hardest things to do. Like some people like to lie. They just like to lie. It's not personal to you or me. They just like to lie. That's who they are. If you know that about them, you know how to deal with them. If you know people who steal, you know they do what they do because it's what they are. If you know that people are in positions where they take advantage of people. They have some other underlying issues. If you know of somebody who has to control every single situation, and check this out, controlling what goes on around you and what impacts you is not controlling. That's called self care. Know the difference. Controlling what impacts you and what's around you is self care. Controlling is when you want to control other people. I don't want to be responsible for other people. That's a hostage situation and it's a heavy job. So know who you are. Know who you are and just be yourself. Be your whole authentic self with you. When you can look in the mirror and everything you see is all right with you, every little thing is going to be all right. Like I know I can't sing. And I know you know I can't sing. And I don't care how you feel about it because I'm going to sing anyway. The point is, know who you are. And when you know who you are, it's so much more comfortable being around the people you choose to be around. That makes a difference. Choose your circles wisely. Choose your friends wisely. Just because you've known somebody for years doesn't mean you have to deal with them. Sometimes you have to let people go that you love. Hey, I am Annette. I am your host at Coaching You for You. Be yourself. Be your whole authentic self. It makes you trustworthy. It allows you to be objective with yourself and it generates a self-love and a confidence that can only come from the inside out. Just be who you are every day, all day. You can see us here on Facebook, you can see us on YouTube, and you can see us on a number of other podcast channels. Reach out and touch somebody. Hit that like button on YouTube, subscribe, ring the bell, and like us, and tell somebody about us. Again, this is one time we want you to put all of our business in the street. I like coconut. If there's a coconut product you want me to try, please hit me up. You can inbox me on Facebook at CoachingU4U and let me know what that product is and how I can help you push it forward. I love coconuts. And every now and then I like nuts. Not in the human sense, though. I know who I am today. I know where I've been. I know where I'm going. And I know the things I want to accomplish. And I know what, how, and who it takes to accomplish that. Thank you for being here with us this evening and joining us at Coaching You for You. I appreciate your time. Have a good evening. And thanks again for joining us. Just be your original self. There's no better person to be. Good night.